Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the reader's problem tag. Now I cannot remember who created this, but once I find them I'll link them down below in the description. And as always I have the prompts right next to me, so with that let's get right onto the video. Okay, first prompt is, you have 20k books on your TBR, how do you choose what to read next? I'll probably do what I usually do for my TBR, which is a wheel spin or my gumball machine. I am doing an additional wheel next year, but I will you know, talk about that in January, so you have something to look forward to. An additional wheel. I'm very excited to start using it in January. But yeah, I would probably spin my Kindle and on my physical wheel, and I'll use my gumball machine. I'll get two of my best friends to pick. I'll get my mum to pick. Like, I'm not really fussed. I'm quite easy at picking what I want to read next, because I have so many different ways to do it, so it's not a pressure on me. I can just get other things to do it for me, and that's grand. So yeah, I have things in place so I don't have to physically choose it myself. The next prompt is, you're halfway through a book and you're just not loving it. Do you quit or are you committed? This kind of depends. If I'm halfway through and there's nothing in it that I want to know more about, I don't want to know the ending, I'm not connecting with any of the characters, not a single one, I will most likely DNF it. But if there are characters I like, I am kind of intrigued what's going to happen at the end, then I will push through it. But typically, even if I'm like, say, like 80%, I will DNF if I don't like it. I never used to, but I've been a lot better with it this year. I just don't have the time to just read books that I'm not liking or not getting into, because I could be reading something else that I will really, really enjoy. So yeah, it just kind of depends how interested in the book I am, really. Or if I'm reading it and someone else has and they said to me, like, no, you need to finish it, you need to get to the ending, then do it. Like, there's been a book recently that I did really enjoy, but it was really, really slow. And it was alright. Like, I did really like it, I love the story and all that. But then the ending, I'm glad I pushed through, because the ending was incredible. That's why it bumped up to the rating it's at. I can't say, because it'll be my wrap up at the end of the month. But yeah, I am very good at DNFing now than I was a few years ago. The next prompt is, the end of the year is coming and you're so close but so far away on your reading goal. Do you try to catch up, and how? It depends how close I am. If I'm, say, about 10, 15 books away, I probably won't hit it. If I'm talking about this month right now, I won't hit it most likely, but I will try my best to get closer to it, and by doing that I will read mainly Kindle books, because I read Kindle books so much faster than physical. I can read loads of Kindle books just one after the other, so I will definitely read Kindle books. Thankfully I'm not in this predicament this year. I'm on my 116th book currently what I'm reading, and my goal was 90, so I'm very proud of myself for that. I have well surpassed my goal, so thankfully I don't have to worry about that this year. I still need to decide what goal I'm going to do next year, because I don't want to do it too high, but I don't want to do it too low either. So I don't know, I have to think about it. But yeah, I would definitely read Kindle books if I was behind, because I do read them a lot faster. However, if I didn't have a Kindle, I would try to read books that are quite thin and short, maybe under 300 pages, just to try and get as close as I can to the goal. But yeah, what would you do, out of curiosity, if you were very close but so far from your goal? What would you do to catch up? The next prompt is, the covers of a series do not match, how do you cope? This depends. If I'm in a store and I look at the covers and they're not matching, I won't buy them. I'll just get them on Kindle or Kindle Unlimited, because then I don't have to look at the covers that much. But if I have like the first, say, 2 books and the third doesn't match, I don't know what I'd do, to be honest. I might not buy the physical, I'll read it on Kindle and then wait to see if it does get released as a matching cover, because it will just bug me, especially if the spines don't match, because then I have to look at the spines a lot, obviously, because that's how they're placed. So it would really, really bug me. So I just wouldn't buy it until it comes out as a matching cover, if it does. And if it doesn't, I would never have a full completed series. I can't deal with it, I can't. I don't even like it when the series, like the books are like taller than the other. I have ones down here. You can just about see it here. This one is taller than these two and I hate it. Which is why I usually have it pushed up like that, so I can like cover it a bit because I can't deal with it. I might even see if I can rebuy the first book a little bit shorter, but we will see. The next prompt is, a sequel to a book you loved came out but you've forgotten a lot from a prior novel. What do you do? Depending on how far away ago I read it, I will probably reread it. If it was like, say, a handful of months ago, I will probably just look things up, Google things, and try piece together things myself. But if it was like, say, a year ago, I'll just reread it. It's just easy that way. But it also depends how much I love the series. Like, if I'm intrigued enough to buy the sequel, I might reread it anyway. It just kind of depends how I'm feeling at the time as well, and how long the first book was. If it's a thick one like one of these, I probably won't reread it. But if it was a thinner book, then I would. Because, you know, I don't want to start a book and then be like, oh yeah, I remember this, and I remember this, and I remember this. So it kind of depends. That's kind of a boring answer, but there we are. The next prompt is, you don't want anyone to borrow your books. How do you politely tell people no? I'll just be like, no. I don't know why I'd have to be polite about it. It's my property, and if I don't want someone borrowing it, I'll be like, no, I don't lend out my book, sorry. I can't risk it being damaged. I can't. Like, I love my books, and I don't want to lend it to someone and it come back in tatters. So I'll be like, no. The only two people I trust wholeheartedly with any of my books is my two best friends, Katie and Lauren, because I know they would never, ever, ever intentionally damage them. Accidents happen, I get that. But intentionally damaging them? Never. And I don't think I can trust other people, like, especially people I don't know. No. I would rather spend my own money and give them and buy them their own copy. That's how much I don't want people to borrow my books, because I don't trust anyone. So, short answer is, I would just say no, basically. I don't think you have to be polite about not wanting someone to have your property. Like, you can be like, oh no, I don't lend out a book, sorry. But then why should you apologise for that, you know? I just feel like you should be able to say no. No is a full sentence. You don't need to expand on it. You don't need to give any reasons why. No is a full sentence. Like, someone says, oh, can I borrow this book? No. That's it. You don't need to say any more. Like, no is a valid answer. You don't need anything added to that. That's just what I think anyway, so. The next prompt is, there are so many new books coming out that you're dying to read. How many do you actually buy? I would definitely buy my autobiographers first if they have new releases. Like, next year I know Holly Jackson is releasing a book, and I've already pre-ordered that, so 100%. Another autobiographer is Karen M. McManus. If she has a book coming out, I will probably pre-order that as well, or buy it on release day, kind of depends. So those are my two autobiographers. If there's any I'm interested in, I probably won't pre-order them. I'll probably just buy them on release day or whenever I have the spare money. And to choose, how many would I actually buy? It kind of depends how much money I have that month, how interested I am in the story. I can't really give a solidified answer because I don't know. It's really dependent on my situation at that specific time. But if I had to give a number, I don't know, 2 or 3, I guess. I don't know. This is such a boring answer, but I don't have a solid answer for that question, unfortunately, apart from my 2 autobiographers. And can we just say, I'm so excited for Holly Jackson's book next year. Like, I need it now. I want it now. I need it. I really want it. Like, come on. I need it so badly. So I am hoping that the month comes quickly because I need it in my hands now. Yeah, that's basically it. And the last prompt is, after you've bought new books, how long do they sit on your shelf before you get to them? I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I have so many books that I've had on my shelf for years. Like, it's bad. It's because I buy them and I put them on my shelf and I'm like, oh, I'll get to you. And then I kind of forget about the book, and it happens repeatedly. Even books that have been gifted to me, I just forget. But that's why I've got a gumball machine and a wheel. It forces me to read books, like, that I'm not picking on my own. So when I used to pick my own ones, I just I used to spend so many, just probably up to an hour or two, reading different synopsises. Not this again. Synopsises? Whatever. Blurbs. Different blurbs. And it will take me forever. So now I've got things in place to choose for me. I might get a new book, I might not. I'm trying to think what my oldest book is, but I think I've actually read that. So I don't think I have a book near me that has been on my TBR for a long, long time. But basically they sit on my shelf for a very, very long time. And then I keep adding new books. And then they're on there for a long time. So I'm really bad at that. I try book buying bans, but they don't work. When I'm on one, part of me's like, no, now that I can't buy them, I want to buy them. Like, I'm defiant to myself. So I can't put that restriction on me because I will just defy it. Just with pure fact, I don't like being told what to do, even though I'm telling myself what to do. If you understand what I mean, please let me know. That's why I don't put one on myself, because I will buy books out of pure stubbornness and spitefulness towards myself. So, weird, I know. You probably don't do that or feel like that. I'm probably just a weirdo, but... And that brings us to the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell notification to get notified when I post, and I'll see you in the next video.